Hey, how's it, how's it, how's it going? It's funny. I know I sound. People are probably gonna be like, "Oh my god, you sound so bad." I sound so much better than I did. At least, I can tell because it's my voice coming out of me, right? And it's a lot like it's not breaking as much. Um, I can. There are sometimes too where I can sound almost normal. But like when I hit certain octaves, or if I try to speak quietly, it's it's fucking good luck. So, hi everybody. I blew my voice out in a way I haven't in a really long time. Um, I mostly think it's funny. My voice, my throat doesn't hurt. It never did. So I'm kind of surprised. Yeah, all the chain smoking over the weekend. I went crazy. But no, it's not as bad, but it definitely doesn't sound great. So, and it's been about a week, but here I can pop over here. You're here with soup. Oh my god, thank you. Hi, hello. It is in fact this voice coming out of me. Proof. Here I am. Okay, so my throat does not hurt. It never did. Nothing. Sometimes just having liquid can help the voice sound a little more even. But otherwise it's just kind of been like this a bit. Voice just it's not working right now. Hasn't happened to me in a really long time. And obviously you guys know I can talk a lot. Uh and even doing that regularly for many hours, I still don't typically lose my voice. This time though, even at cons, I'm talking to people a whole lot, several days, in a row. Um, and I still don't lose my voice usually. But this time I don't know where the fuck this came from. I don't know what happened. My last stream that I had, I was fine all throughout the stream, and right after I got off of stream, I noticed that like the back, not my throat, but the back of like my nose, right, felt kind of chunky. And sometimes that'll happen if I talk for a while. And usually it's not very severe and it just kind of goes away over time, or I go to sleep and then it goes away, right? And it's fine. But I wasn't sure about it this time. I don't know. I was like, this feels different. Um, and then it kind of got a little worse by the end of the night. And then I was like, okay, I think I'm sick. I don't know how, why, what, or where because nobody else is sick and I haven't been anywhere doing anything unmasked by any means, especially not without the people I live with. I don't really leave my house that often. So I'm like, I really don't know where it came from, but apparently, and I'm also not the one who usually gets sick. So I don't know what happened or what. Anyway, I got kind of sick and it was mostly just like my nose was really runny and I had pressure in my ears, right? I had like the babiest head cold I've ever had. Um, and I was like fine. I was snivelly, but it wasn't a big deal. And it was kind of dying out by the time con was rolling around. And I had also tested to make sure it wasn't COVID and it wasn't COVID. So I was like, okay, all right, we're fine. I just got the sniffles and I was going to mask at con anyway. So I'm just going to keep doing that. Whatever, right? And then I get to con and like the first day is fine. Um, and I'm noticing that like, it's getting a little whatever, but like in a way that I'm like, I'll go to sleep. I'll be fine. Wake up the next day. No, it's getting worse. And I'm like, well, I can't not talk to people at con. So it looks like I'm kind of shit out of luck. I'm just going to keep going. So I did. And like by the third day, there were like points where it's like there fully was like not sound coming out of my mouth when I was trying to talk. And then like people I had talked to Saturday and then I talked to Sunday were suddenly like, holy shit, are you okay? I was like, Yeah, like literally everything else is fine. I gotta blow my nose every once in a while. But like, I don't know why it's getting so bad. So, I finished out the con and it was fine. And then I was like, I was standing talking to you or that's look, that was my fucking choice, dude. I did that. Okay. Also, I had fun. There was a point where I was like, there's nothing I can do to keep this from really happening because I'm gonna have to keep talking to customers. Also, I can't help myself. All right, I like to talk. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna make it worse for myself. That's why this has to be a short stream because I will keep talking. I was like, I'll take it easy. I'll get to drawing. I won't talk too much. I have to tell you guys everything. So here I am, talking anyway. You can hear I'm doing it regardless. So anyway, yeah, it got pretty bad. People were like, "Oh God, oh my God, are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm fine. My throat doesn't even hurt. Was never even a factor. Don't know why." And then that's why I was like, "I'm not gonna stream. I'll just take it easy. I'm trying to draw. I'm trying to do whatever. Just don't talk too much. Maybe it'll be, by Saturday it'll be okay." And then like it is better in many ways, but I'm still in the pits for some reason. So you can hear me. The thing, it is just a lot more even. I promise I sound a lot better than I did. But it's just still here. So anyway, we're gonna keep this short so I don't immediately run out any goodwill I did build up with not talking for like a week. But boy, it sure is gone. So anyway, oh, I did discover I could make a I could sure make a noise. Quick story. Hold on, really quick. Um, I'm standing around and my voice is even worse, but I can still do it. And I checked. And like baby cat was lying around and I'm like talking to him. And then he goes for my foot. And I go to make a high pitched scream almost out of reflex, right? Not that I'm actually screaming, but for the bit. And this fucking noise comes out. And it was like hilarious sounding, right? And then I said to baby cat, I was like, "Do you hear that? I'll never be able to make that noise again." And then he went to bite my other foot and I made the noise again. Like immediately. And it really, to me, sounds like some kind of canned, like 12-year-old screaming over an Xbox Live mic. Where it's like, kind of noise. I make this noise, and to me, I'm seeing like the Pepe screaming. So, also recently traveled and shot my voice because of sickness. Thank you. I generally feel better overall, other than I've just been really tired. But what's new? That's not. I'm tired all the fucking time. So, anyway, if I speak at kind of this level, I'm okay. If I try to go up a little high, it sounds like this. So, about that kid playing in VR as Spider-Man and he screams, "I'm in danger." Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't hurt. Nothing feels weird. It's just that's the noise. So, you know, we got to get that clipped in some way to preserve because I don't think I'll be able to make that noise when I'm not like this. So, you know, there you go. Anyway, hi everybody. Welcome back. Um it's fucking February. January's gone. The first one to die. We're in 2025. And it's kind of fucked up. Anyway, Valentine's Day. Um, what a long first month it was. Yeah, and it's still feeling kind of long. Sound like the Sonic Kid with the backpack video. Oh yeah, when we learn that your actions have consequences. I tried. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now. But here I am, and I have Valentine's designs, right? Which I just posted on Blue Sky because I realized once Miko pointed it out that I hadn't done that yet. So now they're there for a whole new swath of people to see for the first time. So we're gonna see what we can do drawing, which has still kind of been a little difficult, but I'm doing my best. Ooh, it's a little fucking loud. Oh, I watched all of Severance, by the way. That show is really good. If you were interested before, you should definitely check it out. Also, I saw mentions and I thought it was just kind of a like, oh, haha, old man Yowie. I didn't know it was real. That was a pleasant surprise. So if you were ever on the fence, there's real old man Yowie in it. And it's like a driving plot point for one of the characters, so, you know, check it out. But also, it's directed by Ben Stiller, and I had to double check that it was the same Ben Stiller that we know, and it is. I'm not saying that, like, he never could. I was just surprised. Anyway, it's really good, and it's shot really well. In some parts, some may find it a little slowly paced. I think if you're just sitting there to engage with it, I didn't find it that slow, but my partner did in some scenes where they were like, you can speed some of this up. And I'm like, sure. But I didn't feel like you had to. So if you feel like maybe some scenes take a little long, then I guess you're not alone. But I don't think it's anything that gets in the way of all of the rest of it. It's really good. So, feel the Cage Days kind of vibes. Well, 100%. No, I think it's not the same, obviously, but there are a lot of very, very similar themes. Mr. Blue Steel himself, that's the one. He hasn't shown up in it yet, or anything, even as like a bit character, but he's directing it, so that's cool. Anyway, it also reminds me very much of, there are a lot of similar vibes to like Portal in that this like cultish, like American corporatism and like experiments, but as well as aesthetics. It's very much hitting. There are a lot of like overlaps with Portal in that way. In nothing but a nothing but a good thing. But like there's something there where I'm just like, oh yes, reminds me. But also very much it deals with, you know, identity and agency and like more or less two people inhabiting one body and the conflicts that come from that, and how you can still be the same person but different circumstances can garner you a very different kind of you. I think it's very smart about that in the way that like it doesn't feel inconsistent. It's not just like, hey, the person you are on the outside is actually a huge asshole with no rhyme or reason, as much as just like the way that you got there out there, those same things got you in a different spot in here, like in a completely different context, devoid of the larger world or other or upbringing otherwise. And I think it's very like consistent with how it characterizes people. So it's very interesting. It's very cool. And like I said, boy, it's shot wonderfully. Holy shit. So, but yeah, there's a very obvious, easily graphed like Sora and Roxas type like dynamic of being like, I know I'm some other guy. I do not know this guy. I am and am not this guy. 1,000 words. So anyway, I definitely recommend it. It's a very good piece of media. And the second season is currently coming out. The only downside is that it's on Apple TV. Who fucking has that? I swear to God, nobody has Apple TV, and yet there are apparently so many good things on it. So, I don't know. We have a free trial, so that's how we're watching it. But it's really good, and it's also refreshing in the way that it clearly gets to take its time telling a story in other ways that shows are typically not afforded on Netflix, where they're like, I would love to tell the story paced over the course of 2 or 3 seasons, maybe. And, you know, everything is appropriately paced out. It does not feel rushed. And then they don't get a second season or a third season or anything, right? But this one is very much like, yeah, they're giving it the space to be what it is, and it's very nice. Need to drag myself across the internet for season 2 when it's done. Yeah, there are 3 episodes out, and I caught up last night. And boy, has this last episode ended in a place where I'm like, oh my God. Like that, just like that. I'm gonna make that noise as much as I can before I can't. So, oh my God, is that the ever famous Gabby? Gabby. I'm trying, it's so hard. Like, sometimes I'll try to like hum something to myself. I can't even do that. So, postponing remind. Wow. Oh my God. Do you like me? Anyway, I'll try and draw. I knew I would be tempted to talk if I started stream, and I definitely am, but I'm trying to be good. I'm trying, guys. No. Hold me forever. I feel like sometimes I love to use a brush that almost has like, that doesn't taper, and is kind of thick. But I feel like sometimes, I wouldn't say it's a crutch, but like, it'll keep me from like drawing certain stuff. I don't know. I like don't go into detail with it that much. Going through Revolution. Revolutionary Girl Utena. First time. Hell yeah. I've still never watched it myself. As much as I have watched things about it, I have seen some episodes in passing. I have watched in full other things by that same director, but I have yet to watch Utena itself. I love Taper's brush for lining only. See, tapered stuff, especially for lining, is so annoying to me. I don't know what it is, but I think it's because I got so used to when I would do cleanup work. We had to have things at a certain, for consistency's sake, a certain brush size, right? So usually we would take the taper off, and then, you know, we would draw something, and then if we needed something to taper, we would like do something with it, right? Like this. But, and maybe I just got used to that, but I also just like clean, strong lines. Like so. So I do like a taper if it's sketchy. Where is Missing Link? I want it so bad. Imagine we already had Missing Link. We could get Valentine's outfits right about now. And I want that. Oh my god. Turn that shit up. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Looking for May. It has to be sometime soon, right? It's gotta be. Dude, I saw it with my own 2 eyes. It was looking pretty good. It's probably gonna look even better. To be fair, I think it's probably gonna be, in comparison, I'll be like, damn, this looks even better. But like, you know. It's okay. It's alright. Who knows if there were other changes more needed, you know, on the back end. We can never know. We're not back there. What if they fold beta test into the war? Entirely on the table. Imagine if they just made it for console. Hi, Darian. That'd be crazy. Okay, hold on. We're gonna... I can't even hum to myself. I can't. I have to like put out so much more effort to like to get anything. To make noise, I have to like consciously like, I cannot like mumble. It's not possible. I whisper, I don't mumble. Listen to me, listen to me. I'm speaking directly into your ear now. Cage news on Valentine's. That'd be great. With soothing ASMR. Yeah, this one's for you. Hey, how's it going? Hey, little mama, let me whisper in your ear. Here's the thing that I think is funny. Anytime people go to draw Valentine's, Sora, and God bless them for doing so, everyone's always, they never want to draw that fucking flower rose heart thing. I don't blame them. But I do keep track. I do keep track of those who won't do it. I see it and I go, good commit, huh? Interesting. And that's not to say that you can't just do it for like, you know, like, oh, and I drew a silly little guy and he's like obviously a quick nothing. He's not to the same levels of effort as some others. That's whatever. But sometimes I see and I go, couldn't draw the rose, huh? The folder separated for flower and non-flower. Hungry, do you want me to make dinner or do we want to be bad? Seeing as I'm here, this is entirely up to the level of effort you want to put out, Canary. If you want to cook so we get this stuff out of the way, that's fine. Nothing outside immediately sounds like something I really want to eat unless I had like soup. Just because pho sounds good, but like, you know, tofu and pork and rice are also really good. So, like, you'll do it, you'll cook the food and be good. We can be bad tomorrow. That's true. Oh crap, drawing at flowers is so hard for me to draw. Look, I'm not saying that the flowers aren't hard to draw. It doesn't have to look good. Sometimes I just see when people go, I'm not drawing that. And I go, fair. But I do remember. Being the master of masters. I'm keeping this Yowie-ful moment for myself. Delicious. Okay. Alright. This is not a tongue. This is just always the base part that I go to remember. It's like the middle, because like roses are really, really coiled in on themselves. And then you can slowly unravel the petals. Looks like Piplup, right? Wow, the canarywitch.bigcartel.com/product/Suriku mini art book? No fucking way. And it comes with a Valentine's Day print. That mini print is by our friend Kobe Frog, who we also went to con with. They drove us there and surprised us with this Suriku print. So it's very cute, and you should get it. Also, my Valentine's designs show up in Canary's art book. Like pretty, even one of the pictures shows it. handsome Riku. Hilariously, it also shows Halloween Town Riku. Canary owes me many royalties. Can I draw Piplup? Okay. I've never drawn a fucking circle in my life. Never. God, I look at it, I'm just like, Piplup, no. You have a dent in your head? Okay, hold on, this is from memory. So Piplup's got a little beak. Very round. Piplup's got very sweet little eyes. And, let's see here. I know there's something where it's like... like this, but not quite. Let's see, hold on. I'm trying to think. I'm... Because then, I know Piplup's got a little... this... on a round little body. Like this. Like we got like little feet and little... like this, right? But like... ignoring that the circle looks really fucking strange. And also... hold on. His little bib. Something like this. You know, he's got a little thing right there. Like a little tum. Like so. And it really is just like a little, it's just a little fucking little beep beep beep. How does this go? Because this looks too much like a baseball. And that's not right. Maybe this will look better if I open it up just a little bit. Like that. I fucking love this song. I fucking love this song. Bee, bee, bee. Hold on, I'm trying to see if I can pull it up from the memory bank enough. Gen 4 is my favorite gen. Or at least it's the one that's special in my heart. Because it really, like... I had, like, a moment where... because I wasn't really that interested in Fire Red or Leaf Green. And I was worried that I was like, am I just... Not that I didn't like it, I just didn't have that, like, that need to play it, right? Eventually I did, but, like, I don't know. It wasn't, like, hitting at the time, right? And then I remember initially seeing stuff for Gen 4 and I wasn't that crazy about it. And then I got the game and I played it and it like turned me insane. And it was something where I was just like, oh, never mind, no worries. I love it. I adore it. And I love Torterra so much. So, also same for Gen 5. Funnily, Gen 5 is not necessarily my favorite. I played it enthusiastically and felt that like I made myself finish it, but I wasn't that crazy about it at the end of it. Couldn't tell you why exactly. I don't think there's anything necessarily bad or wrong or anything. I think it tried to do a lot of interesting, cool new stuff. But I did really like X and Y. Like that Sun and Moon, X and Y. I actually really enjoyed them. I do like N. Hold on, I gotta finish trying to drop Piplup. Oh, Piplup, how are your little eyes? It's not that. I swear to God, it's something like this. But like that doesn't, there's something here not making sense to me. He goes away. That also looks fucking strange, I'm gonna be real. You look at a picture of him? No, I need to finish my attempt and then I can. Beep, beep, beep. Is it? No, it's like mid-head. I love Barrett so much. I cry. I love him. I love Barrett. I think especially after playing, like, I always liked Barrett, right? And I was always, it's so funny just in game, he's very much like exactly the class type I really enjoy. I really love like tanky support. I think Sonic eyeballs. So like to the beak. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's right. That's right. Because I was like, I know it like comes down, but like I couldn't quite. Anyway, Barrett was already like somebody I really liked playing. I love the tanky support kind of What the fuck is the word I'm thinking of? Utility. My God. Anyway, very much like a utility little fucking. I love that. Barrett is a tanky. Barrett is a tank. Anyway, but like I just liked him, right? Like, I mean, I was definitely like, oh, he's definitely a favorite, you know, soft spot. But after playing Rebirth, especially, I was just like, yeah, I think I can clearly define him as my favorite in the cast. Not that like Remake convinced me, it just clarified it for me. You know what I mean? He's just my favorite one. The more I thought about it, the more I was like, yeah, that guy is my favorite out of the whole cast. There's something wrong with the... Let me... on. Because his head's a lot more small. Like that. More like this, sort of. He's very, like, 2 heads tall. We all love Sea Shanty, too. I'm just gonna... I know there's something... Is it, like... Like this? If it's too close, it looks strange. Another little... No. I didn't think so. Alright, I gotta look up. Embrace my attempt and my failures. Piplup. Ah, there we go. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Because I was like, there's like a pattern somewhere. And I couldn't fucking remember. I see. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so it's more like, it's less, there's like a tummy, it's like the buttons. And I did remember this at the front. But it's, so let's correct really quick. So we're gonna try and draw a circle again. And fail in front of a crowd. Thank you for the gift sub, Gabby. I appreciate it. So, okay. We get our cute little eyes, because they are a little off to the side, like a bird, you know? And then we get our little beaky. So sweet. And then it comes down like this, right? But there's a little this in between. And it like comes up like this. Sort of. Hold on, I'm looking at a side one. No, it doesn't come up like that, but it's like it's this whole bottom of the front of the face. So he's got almost like a little blue cap on, if that makes sense. We're gonna leave. So it does kind of close up, but it's because there's like the bib. There's the bib. Right? It's gone big. You can't see it in the back, but like this is probably more down low if he's looking. I have like there we go. Let me show him to me from the front. So this is more down. More of the top of the head is like that little surrounding blue. And he is so cute. He's got a little... Piplup and Poplio are both very cute. I know some people don't like Empoleon. I like Empoleon just fine. I think he's successfully cool. Favorite starter's always been Torchic. I do love Torchic. See, I'm a grass type baby, right? I love grass type Pokemon. I do not love every grass starter. I'm actually kind of picky about it. I don't really like, I say that, but I'm okay. But like, I vastly prefer Totodile or Cyndaquil over Chikorita. But I love Bayleaf. Don't really care for Meganium, but I love Bayleaf. But I love Totodile. I love Feraligatr. Crocodile's fine. He's fine. He's a caveman. I don't really care much about caveman. And then just all of Cyndaquil, Typhlosion fucking rules. I know. I also love fucking Litten. And I love, usually it's just whoever calls to me. And oftentimes has it been grass, but not always. Because I also love Torchic. I don't like Sceptile. I think his tail looks bad. I don't like him. I'm working on 100%ing the Switch title Pokédexes. Sinnoh is the current one I'm working on. Still have the Galar and can't always clean up. I have a complete living dex up to a point. Let's see, when did I stop? Grovyle rocks and explores the sky. I do not like the British starters. Yeah. They're okay. They're fine. I like Scorbunny. I like the Scorbunny line just fine. I had Inteleon because I needed to follow up on Raisins. And here's a story. I'm turning this down for my sake. I had to bring this up very recently. Again, see, I should not be talking as much as I am, but I can't help it. I had to tell this story recently, so I'm going to bring it up here. That there was a post about raisins one day. Me and Gemma had this back and forth thread on Twitter. And it was a joke about Sora not liking raisins. Because Gemma doesn't like raisins. I like raisins. I eat everything, right? So it turned into this joke of Sora being like picky about, like, I don't think he's a picky eater. I just think that there are particulars he doesn't want to eat. But I think as a person, he's probably always willing to try something once or twice. But he's a kid, right? And it's one of those kid things where he's like, yucky, I don't want to eat raisins, right? So Riku eats his raisins. And we had this just joking back and forth where it was like picture edits, right? And, you know, it was just like, give me your raisins. And then, like, the exchange of the raisin box when it's like the dream drop opening and they're passing Oblivion between each other. So it's like in the hands and it's like the sun-made raisin box. Anyway, it was this fucking joke, right? And then we get, you know, Gemma takes it, screenshots all of it, and puts it all together in one post. And it's like, you know, just really need to, like, commemorate the whole thing. Goes to sleep. While Gemma's asleep, some fuck from who knows where comes onto the post. This post about raisins comes onto the post. They have a Sobble icon. This is what's important. And they come on and they just say, Sokai is canon. And I see this, and I reply to the guy, and I just say, this is a post about raisins. Sir, this is a Wendy's. You're remembering now. I say this is a post about raisins. And it only took this. And everyone exploded. Like, just people who were actively in, like, Kingdom Hearts Twitter at the time had seen this exchange. And went fucking bonkers, right? Because everyone was like, who the fuck is this guy, right? What is this? But, like, coupled with my response of, this is a post about raisins, people started really aggressively editing pictures of Sora and or Riku and raisins just to really run with it because it was just so unwarranted. Like, are you fucking lost, dude? It's a post about fucking raisins. Watching that in the background without any context until I told the story in another stream. Okay, there were a lot of people who woke up and were like, why is everyone posting about raisins? What is going on? It was like, not just like, haha, me and some friends. It was like, it very rapidly escaped orbit. And it was crazy. And like, responding to this guy after I said, this is a post about raisins, the guy immediately replies to me with, fuck you, and fuck your fucking dream theory. It was just like, you know, it was just so, oh my god. And so, you know, everybody basically started clowning on this guy. Like, relentlessly. Like, they clowned him into the stratosphere. And eventually this guy realized he was being a total jackass, right? Because as we interacted, like, I think I responded to him with, like, that one 4chan post that's, like, Eddie squinting, and it's like, cranky because you're hungry, aren't you? And then he started kind of devolving into like, well, yeah, when I'm at the gym, you know, and the vending machine, all it has is fucking raisins, and it sucks. And I'm like, I feel like he's trying to run it back and be like, trying to make a joke out of it, and that he doesn't look like a total asshole or something. And eventually he, like, was like, yeah, I kind of fucked up, right? And it's whatever. But it was such a hilariously like, can I fucking help you? You know, come out of this. um so yeah, I guess I helped him walk it back a little bit. And it was insane. Anyway, that's what that was. There and like it was a relatively simple story, but it was something that everybody watching this happen in real time like blew up. Was there a funny tag where I could see the Raisin Sora art? Um no, I mean it was a lot of people just contributing. But there was the one where because I very recently had to retell this story because there was Sora drawn as the raisin, the sun maiden, raisin maiden, you know, and I was like, I remember this. I remember seeing this. And there was like an edit of like Riku collapsed in the realm of darkness, but all the raisins had spilled out of his pockets. There's a bunch of stupid shit like that because of this guy who very quickly realized he had fucked up. So anyway, and this story lives with me forever. It will never die. This fucking guy with his Sobble icon and his name being Sobble Squad Leader or whatever. So when I finally played Sword and Shield, I did pick Sobble. I did name him Raisin. So that's forever the association. My Inteleon named Raisin fucking sniping people from a tower. Sobble would not say that. Sokai's canon. Uh-huh, okay. Where do you think you are right now? So, there's your story. If maybe that endears you to him that much more. Raisins, raisin, you know? Can't remember if it was plural or not when I named him, but draw Pokemon? Sort of. I was not coming in here with the plan to draw Pokemon, but it came up. Hold on, Piplup. Let me give you your fucking body, sort of. And then you get your two little fucking buppies and your little feetsies. And the back of Piplup it's like a little coat and it's got a little like that. His eyes could probably be a little bigger, but you know, you get the idea. It's fucking Piplup, bitch. Anyway. E. Fill that in a little bit. You don't have to be too careful about it. It's just what it is. Wow. Listen. Listen to me. Listen. I was watching these cutscenes last night and getting upset. I was fucking dying. Life-size Gardevoir. Ooh. Me every night. Last night it came up and I went, you know what? And then I sat down, gave it a watch. We all think about Cage 4 enough. If we believe, it will show, it will arrive. Right? This is pretty cute. Hold on. I need that little cheek. It's one of the things very important to me about Sora's appearance. He needs that little cheek. He's got a small chin and he's got a round little face. He's so cute. Okay, if I slope it downwards and then come on, just a little bit. Up there. Hold on, hold the fuck up. Get out of here. The furry dance party. My partner here is selling at a furry dance party, as in has a table with merchandise and is selling there. And from the furry dance party, has decided to show up and say hi. My voice, it is doing a thing. I had somebody at the con who came up and got, obviously, we keep running into people who are like so over the moon that we sell Kingdom Hearts stuff, and it is always the same sentiment of, oh my god, nobody makes Kingdom Hearts anything anymore, despite it being still beloved and popular. Here's another fucked up thing. We had Sonic buttons, because Kaderi made them, and despite the popularity of even just the movie, nobody's making anything. And so we kept having people go, oh my god, they have Sonic stuff. We saw so many people, so much Sonic cosplay or just shirts, for fuck's sake. And nobody has anything. And it's really weird to me. There are some things that are kind of evergreen, in my opinion, that you could make them, it doesn't matter how relevant it is right now. It's so ingrained, you could do anything. And Sonic is one of those. You could make Sonic stuff at any time and sell it and be fine. It will never leave. Kingdom Hearts is kind of similar, though it is not as widespread as, you know, Sonic the fucking Hedgehog. But it's something that's just like, you know, despite, quote, relevance, many things will still sell very well. Because people still love these things. Sounds like I'm on the verge of tears. Why won't anybody make Sonic stuff anymore? I can't believe Gabby hit their head. No, Gabby. So anyway. I mean, what if I just made you an orb? I don't know. Why won't your cheek look right to me? Why can't I get your... Maybe if I flip you. There we go. Yeah. No, it still looks kind of bad. Very cute. Looking cool, looking good, looking fine. I think it's that start. Bye bye. Good luck. I need to get in stream because I just want to talk all the time. Crazy, but I think Soren, you should like kiss for Valentine's Day. You're so right. Oh my god, you're so right. Why did I never think of that? Why did I never think of that? I'm still going fursuiting at least once. Hey, with the money it takes to go fursuiting, you're definitely going more than once. There is no way you're spending one time unless you're like renting something. I'm hungrier than I fucking thought. That's fucking... Woo! Anyway, let's see here. $99 dogs groomed? Hell yeah. If you keep it up, you'll get like a golden pair of scissors. Won't that be cool? Shit, ramen is it? I want fucking... I don't know what. I just want fucking... Not even because of my voice. I just want like some fucking soup with a fucking egg in it. I want ramen. I want pho. It doesn't usually have an egg in it, but like I could put one in. Who's gonna stop me? Fucking nobody. And if they try, I'll fucking kill them. We have a ramen place that's like right down the road. I could always go there, but you know, it's money, I guess. For some reason, we don't really have much by way of like easy ramen in the pantry for me to make and zhuzh up to make tastier. I don't know why. I'm trying to draw on your voice side. I don't fucking care, man. I'm not gonna be here that long anyway. It's been an hour. I might go for 2 hours. We'll see. I might have food and kind of eat it and then try to stop myself. Because I simply cannot stop myself from dying. I have to tape my fucking mouth shut. You could ask me something. You could not. Oh yeah, hold on. I didn't see if that got resolved. But I got added in the Discord about stuff that I saw you guys talking about. I think I was just doing something at the time. And I was like, I don't know. Dig in. I saw it was about when Sora was in Scala and Xehanort is like, did you come alone? And then he fucking glows stupid style. And it's like, I wonder what that's supposed to imply. Maybe he's not alone. So I remember that, and there was something to do with the sleeping realm theory, I think. And you guys had like a question for me, and I was like, I'll get to that later. And then I forgot to get to that later. So, you know, here. This shit high up. And I like when there's a little blink. I forgot. Like 6 yesterday, I got Korean ginseng chicken soup. Oh, I could heal myself. Dude, soup, it heals. I can tell you why. It's magic. All healing soup. Soup. Is the master of master ships Riku? Ah. Yes. I have to push my voice out. Potions are just soup. You're so right. Nothing heals better than Wind Waker Grandma's your favorite soup. Grandma's soup. The best shit in the world, dude. Soup is potions, and potions is soup. That's why it fixes you. Different kinds of soup will fix you for different kinds of reasons, you know? Do. Anyway, hold on. I said you had like a, if you remember, what was it? What was it about that was even up for, I guess it's been like a day. If you don't remember, then don't worry about it. But I did get added like twice or something. And I was like, I woke up and I was like, And then I was doing stuff and then I just forgot. Now, this is pretty cute looking. I need to figure out how I want to draw you. No. I need this more. Out. Where's like holding a stick and I'm a dog. He's not throwing it. And he keeps doing the fucking, and he like drops it type thing. And you're like, we're getting progressively more upset. Okay, let me place some of the key ones. Now I need one out here. It goes down. Trying to keep it kind of simplified. Okay, that looks cute. Just imagine what it'll be like. How euphoric it will be as it flies through the air. We run and we jump and we fucking catch that shit. We catch it right out of the air. And we're gonna grab when we shake it all around and then we run like a whole lap. So excited. This is why he can only throw the stick every once in a while, because we run ourselves ragged every time we catch it. Just like a dog. We get it, and more of our energy is spent celebrating this stick as we run around the field. And I'm saying this This is exactly my dog when I was in like 5th grade, Willow. He was a really good frisbee dog. Like, he could jump ridiculously high. He was really good at it, but every fucking time he grabbed it, he would spend like 5 minutes just running fucking laps. So we could only ever throw it like 3 or 4 times before he wiped himself out. So that's where my metaphor is coming from. Life experience with a dog. I also love dogs. Willow was a very sweet dog, but was also a dog that clearly, like, he definitely had separation anxiety and very often would have issues chewing my dad's, specifically my dad's stuff, when he would leave. So, you know, he may or may not have lost many CDs from his collection because of him. And I think he just needed more active, like, training, maybe, to help, like, wrangle some of that energy he had. But boy, can that dog jump. He glows. It made sense for Kairi to have been in Sora in that moment. Like, she is guiding him to her heart pieces. But would she have wanted him to find them, knowing it would doom Sora? How likely is it Kairi? Okay, I remember now. Yes, I remember this being a part of it. And I remember the question being like, why would Kairi do that if it was a bad thing? And I think that there are multiple things to that, in that I don't think we can say she's fully consciously doing literally anything while she's in there. She never really was, even in the first game. You'd see bits and pieces, things that were triggered by memories. But even as Ventus says after he comes out, he has like vague kind of recollections, almost like dreams of things that happened while he was in Sora's heart. You know, he remembers kind of some funny little animals. He has like a feeling that of like having made friends, gone on adventures and stuff like that. But he can't really actively recall it. I don't think Kairi can recall her time in Sora's heart either. Just that there are effects of somebody being in your heart. You know, he sees these hallucinations sort of Kairi. He sees these visions of Kairi, you know, and like she reacts within him more than once. But like, I don't think there's ever any conscious action. You know what I mean? And so when we have this, like, I think that yes, she is still there because yes, we are still collecting her pieces. I think she is with Sora pretty much up until we pull her out. Once we use the flowers and we pull her out, that's when she's finally actually for real 100% sees there and no longer in his heart. I also think that, like, given the clues that we do have, to extrapolate beyond that as if it were somebody else would be really wandering into the weeds of, all right, now we have to start making shit up to make this make sense, right? Versus just like, we have these clues that point to Kairi is in his heart. There's no reason to not believe this is not still the case, and that this is another indication that there is in fact somebody with him at that point. He is unaware of it. But say, to see a projected Kairi from the Kairi within him that would be drawn towards these pieces of her in some capacity, I don't think it's anything. I don't think she would be aware it would be a bad thing. I don't think she's even doing it of her own accord. Just that it is herself drawn to herself. And this is showing to Sora in this way. You know what I mean? He is there to find the pieces of her. He is seeing visions of her going towards these pieces of her. And I think it's just kind of as simple as that, I suppose. I don't think she ever has ill intent in her heart. I think she just, I think she's in love with Sora, and I don't think she would ever consciously do anything that would bring harm to him. We never finished Tears of the Kingdom. Well, it's still there. Anyway, she definitely has feelings for him. She definitely would never do anything. She obviously feels bad that she couldn't protect him or do anything to prevent him disappearing, that he disappeared for her sake, etc. And she's like, if it weren't for me, like, it wouldn't be this way type deal. So I think it's something where it's just like, I think it simply Xehanort set up the pieces and let them play out to get the desired effect. So, truly, Kairi unfortunately was the bait to lead Sora into a place that nobody can really go unless they like fully disappear in a sense. So anyway, for Kairi in terms of her feelings for Sora, just maybe realizing they won't work out. I think that's fine. I would love to see, like, that's not a priority right now because the Sora and Riku thing coming together is the priority. But even just for her sake and also closure, it would be nice if that was addressed more directly. Also, I am anticipating Fart Basement. There it is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Anyway. Thanks. Anyway, I think sometimes I see people who are like, I don't even think they necessarily have feelings for each other, or that Sora did and now he doesn't, or whatever. And like, if you want my plain stated opinion on it, I think Kairi 100% has feelings for Sora, and I think that's very obvious to pick up on. I think Sora is in the position that many children are in, where they think, or they have been led to believe, that like, well, this is what romance is, you have like a favorite girl or whatever, I think it's very much just like comp het, in the way that like, of course he cares about Kairi, of course, she's very important to him, and that he thought that that was supposed to mean there was romance. But the more he was exposed to it, the more he realized that he didn't necessarily feel this way about her. The same thing he sees in Belle and Beast, or Ariel and Eric, or virtually any of the numerous straight couples he's seen, and he doesn't know what it's supposed to feel like for him. But he does realize that what he does see is not necessarily how he feels about her. So I don't think he ever truly had feelings for her. But he thought he did, by way of like, and sometimes when you be like, oh, I thought I did once, and be like, oh, so you did at one point. No, I don't think so. I just think sometimes it's a hard position to explain if you haven't been there, to people who haven't experienced it. But it's one of those things where you're like, you just had this very rudimentary idea of like what it was supposed to be, and you're just kind of playing along with it and waiting for that piece to fall in, to be like, oh yeah, oh, I feel it now, whatever it is. And that wasn't happening, And so he's at least in a position of having realized that he didn't ever really feel that way, but he does care a lot about her. And I think he can pick up on the fact that she does feel this about him. So I don't know. And then also, I just think Riku has pretty much always had feelings, but he couldn't categorize them. He always just felt really intensely about it. And then as there was like pressure and like a threat on this, up to KH1, and he's feeling fucking upset and depressed, cagey, agitated, people are pissing him off and he couldn't tell you why, but like they're pissing him off. He doesn't, but they're his friends and he doesn't want to be mad at them and he knows they're not doing anything wrong, but like something is making him feel this way. And then as he acts out because he's really insecure about it, and he doesn't know why he's insecure because he doesn't realize he's being threatened by the fact that somebody he might have feelings for might have feelings for somebody else. And not just that, but like, yay. And there's no way, like, he's not thinking about this. He does not realize this. He just feels very insecure about his relationship with Sora. Why Sora specifically? Who knows? And then much later, like, I think he understands this at least during the course of like 358, 2-ish time, but he won't admit it to himself. I think he's a smart boy. I think he knows what this would imply, but he won't admit it to himself. And he also, it's easy when you can saddle it with guilt. That he feels guilt for what he did. That he feels guilt for putting Sora in the position he's in now. That he will use these bad feelings to essentially kind of repent for what he did. Hopefully he can leave it at that. But that is not the case. He can really, he can seed it within that feeling of guilt. And that's an easy way for him to ignore what he kind of knows what these feelings are. And then in Dream Drop, it's not that he didn't know what these feelings were, but that he wouldn't face them. And the course of Dream Drop is coming to accept these feelings are what they are, and that they are a part of him. Literally, Riku knows Riku has been in love with Sora since he was like 5. So anyway, I think Dream Drop is that important step where he's kind of at least moved past that sense of guilt for what he did. And now that that guilt is removed, those feelings are here and he kind of can't pretend they're anything else at that point. He knows what they are. He knows just how important Sora is to him. And he's just kind of letting that be now. Something that he would never admit to anybody. He's not in a position where he would ever think that it's okay to talk about or anything like that. Him realizing that he's like, these pretty explicitly romantic feelings I have for Sora are something that will never culminate into anything. Because he, like everybody else, very much assumes the same thing. That obviously Sora and Kairi, the hero, gets the girl, the blah blah blah, right? So, just put my heart and soul into protecting him now. I acknowledge what this is, but this is going in a box. Basically, yeah. So, and then, Sora's very much in a position of like, he's been dealing with a lot of everything else. He's not really dismantling these feelings himself. This is Splatoon. This is for Salmon Run. This song is called Happy Little Workers. Anyway, that's how I feel. This is my genuine just read of the text, not my preference, not whatever. This is what I see as developed in the story. I also think that while Sora does not know how or where he feels, I think he is 100% head over heels for Riku and has been for a very long time, but has not had any proper framework to understand what those feelings are, just like many other people. Like, he's basically been looking at, he's like, oh, romance, you people, the boys crush on the girls and whatever, right? And once he gets a broader context for what that really is, realizing he doesn't actually feel that way about Kairi. And so he's kind of just grappling with that on its face without realizing that if he just kind of turned around, you know, and then he'd be like, oh, these really intense feelings of like adoration and ease and, well, love, you know, excitement, just everything that he feels about Riku being, oh, this is it. This is what I'm supposed to. And once that is going to be reframed, it's going to blow up in his fucking face. Not in a bad way, just that it's going to be like there's a box and it is like bulging and the lid is trying to come off. It's like a pressure cooker. You know what I mean? It's there. And he's going to fucking finally realize it's there and it's going to fucking explode. These feelings that were already there. Now, you know, channel like actually like gone down the proper channel of like, oh, I love Riku. Oh shit, is now going to blast like a thumb on a hose. You know what I mean? So, voice gets better. Don't overdo it this stream. Thank you. I'm keeping it to I got half an hour. So. Let's figure it out. Just want to know if we're on the same page. When Sora realizes, would he tell Riku, or would he be like shy about it? I think that there are multiple ways that this can go. Okay? I think Sora, much the same as Riku, is very capable of actually keeping things to himself if he ultimately deems it necessary. Because Sora is very self-sacrificial by way of if he had any reason to believe that him having feelings for Riku would ruin anything between them, he would keep it inside. And it would kill him. And he would get worse for it. But he is still fully capable of doing this like he already is with his other bad feelings he's been ignoring. And that just might be, say, it would be something of a double-edged sword in that it would be very good for him because he would be more understanding of himself. But at the same time, it would definitely be, you know, straw on the camel's back of him facing these feelings he's not dealing with. You know what I mean? Of the two of them, he would be the one who would be capable of breaching the subject, of talking to Riku, of making these things known, because he is simply not one to want to have to not express himself, right? He would be the one of the two who would do this. Hold on. With him getting excited every time his gummy phone rang. You convinced me his feelings. He has feelings already, but isn't conscious about it. I like that about the people I had crushed on before I realized I like them. Yeah, see, yeah, exactly. There are so many things. Just Dream Drop, just his fucking, right, Riku, you know, the way he is so excited. The way he is so excited about everything to do, and then, like, he's like, well, you don't have to take this test, but Riku needs to. And then he's like, yeah, okay, we'll take the test. Because it's for Riku. The way he is overjoyed at Riku passing with kind of little care about the fact that he didn't pass. That's something where it's like that genuine, like, excitement over literally his favorite person in the universe. Like, truly, like, you know, you're like this person's like #1 fan. They could do anything and you'll be over the moon. And that's very one of those things where like him, like genuinely just so excited about Riku passing is another thing for me that's very much like, I think they make a very good point with it, you know, that he's just excited about Riku all the time. I think he's, you know, I think Cage 2 is a great example. He definitely has feelings for Riku even if he does not realize. The way he looks at Riku in the tower, the way he throws himself on him just because he came back safe from having, like, you know, he's obviously very touchy-feely with him because they've been best friends since they were in diapers. But, like, it's something where it's, like, the way that even Riku's talking to him and it's just in one ear and out the other. You can see how, like, he's asking him questions and Sora's not fucking... Nope. He's just so in his own feelings about, like, how happy he is Riku's okay. Sora he's definitely been gone for a long time about it. And it just hasn't, like I said, had the proper context to realize what this could mean, or be, or anything like that. So, I think Sora's had feelings for Riku for a long time, very long time, in the same way that Riku has feelings for Sora for a very long time, and neither of them, like many, ever had any context to understand these feelings, you know, for them to really develop into, you know, what we know them to be. And then I think, like many kids, you know, and then here's, you know, Kairi, and unfortunately she's getting kind of trapped in the middle of this, but she definitely has feelings for Sora. 100%. Hard not to. Look at him, he's perfect. He's perfect. Sora realizes Riku likes him back. I'm ready for him to have doubt about it. So here's another thing, right? I said earlier when I was like, this could go a couple different ways. And there is Sora keeping things inside, right? Because there is always the possibility that Riku and the way he keeps himself closed off and at a distance and all of these things, that Sora might read this as Riku not feeling the same or being as close or anything like that. It really kind of depends on how this comes about. Because there, you know, are many sides to it, and that, like, Sora could keep these things to himself and struggle with it. And then there is also a Sora that, if he knew it might be okay, if he knew anything about how Riku felt in any capacity, there would be almost nothing that could stop him from telling Riku how he felt. If he came to a point where he had to confront a lot of these feelings and that he felt he needed to tell Riku regardless of the outcome, he could do that. Sora is very capable of doing this. But I don't think he would be like, wow, the most confident person ever. Like, he's still probably gonna be a giddy little, you know, little freak about it because, you know, he's in love. And it would be really fun and cute to see if he actually got to deal, like, we got to deal with actual Sora dealing with, like, feelings and being bashful and being, you know, all kind of wrapped up in it. So, you know, there are so many different ways this could go. And we could probably still get all of that. It just depends on how things unfold. You know what I mean? Yeah, a very lovesick Sora is something I want so bad. Oh my god, food? Oh, I'm so hungry, actually. Oh, I'm so hungry. Anyway. So, yeah, I think it's very possible. No, I don't want an Alani because I had gum. See, Sora confessed it awkwardly. Riku likes it back and all that. I feel like Sora, if he felt like it wasn't going to ruin things, he would. I had gum. Only imagine Riku confessing first. It was a matter of life. If he had to make sure Sora didn't die, that would be the only thing that would motivate him to actually say it. Or somebody else would have to say it. Like if somebody spilled the beans on him, then it would be out, but he wouldn't like want to say it. I think to me though, what people usually like, the thing that I'm like, I don't think so, is people like Sora finds out how Riku feels, and then that's what makes Sora realize his own feelings. And I don't think so. I think it's important for Sora to realize his feelings that already exist of his own accord. I think we need to be meeting in the middle here with how intense they are about each other. So it just kind of depends on like what's at stake. It depends on what's at stake for like Sora is really the active party here. We know how Riku feels, and we know he would rather die than say it. So it's gonna have to be up to Sora. And for Sora, it really depends on what is at stake. Because he feels very intensely and openly. It's very hard on his sleeve. And I don't think it would be easy for him. But if he felt that he had to for any reason, he would keep that shit to himself. But there's also a very real possibility of Sora and his newly understood feelings for Riku being used against them, in that if it were a la Chain of Memories, Beast and Belle, important to protect him, and Sora's very, he would very want to and need to. I want to see Riku and protect him and be there with him and yada yada, and any feelings he's had for him, and Riku having to turn him down or away or keep them apart to protect Sora. It would kill him, but Riku would do it. And almost kiss, but then get interrupted. See, I just want to see how I want their feelings to be established, and then they're forced to adventure together. I want this to happen, and I want it to like confuse Riku. I want it to crumble the walls a little bit. Maybe realize, I want him to get his hopes up a little bit. That's what I want. Tenderize him just a bit. Or just make it like, make it hurt a little bit, where he's like, what he wants is so close, and yet. That is what I want. I want them to be like hanging out and having like a moment towards the end of some world they're in. And like Riku feeling really good about it and having like a good time. And then he like desperately needs to like step away for a little while because it kind of hurts. Oh my god, thank you.
Sody? Sorry?
We have Dr.
We do have Dr.
Oh yeah.
I'll bring you a doctor.
Oh god, I get a Dr. Peppy. Thank you, Canary. Oh my god, I'm so hungry actually. No. Dog food. Oh. Link Val. Riku drawing as far as a little hurt and confused. Absolutely, 100%. You feel me. You got me. It's something where, like, it fucks up their time spent just a little bit. Thank you. Said I was gonna draw, but honestly my blood sugar was dropping a little too hard. So I just resorted to talking. At least my voice sounds relatively even, but... Oh yeah. One of my... What I would love... Yeah. I would love if that we're forced to have to dance together for something. I desire that greatly. Like they have to, you know? Yes, we gotta do some Disney World magic bullshit. I would just love, yeah, Squall and Renault waltz. I would love for them to waltz, and I would love for it to suck hard because they're both so enamored with each other. And Sora, see, he can't help but be in the moment and love it, and it shows on his face. And Riku's the one who is capable of pulling away. I'm trying to eat a little slow so I don't like wolf it down and feel bad. Anyway, I want every time Riku feels like he's having too much of a good time to feel a little stung and pull away, and it keeps sending Sora all the wrong messages. That's what I desire. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Dude, they both just gotta live and learn, is the thing. I know it's fucked up, but like, I still think they should have used more of live and learn in the fucking movie. Oh, anyway. Hanging on the edge of tomorrow. Live and learn. Oh. I just know that if the mood is right, they should decide they're both leaning into a kiss. Nope. Exactly. Their relationship changes now they grow up. They're living and learning. It'll be good. It'll be so good. Anyway, I would also love. Why does it never really make so much sense? See, also if Sora's dealing with a darkness he's not working through. It would be so easy for like these repeated like Riku pulling away and Sora's kind of already shaky confidence like taking hits. And it's not that like he would think, you know, he's owed anything. You eating donuts? I just feel like this would be a good like avenue to pursue the Sora dealing with his own darkness. That would be such an unfortunate tipping point, but it's just gonna compound on the stuff that's already there. And I do love this song. Majestic Wings. It just has such a nice like high point. It feels so like you're finally risen up, you know? Anyway. Sora's darkness is the secret. I wonder how they could act. I think there's also, here's the thing, here's another thing. Alright, have fun with this one. I think it is entirely possible that Sora, especially if he's grappling with this idea that maybe Riku doesn't consider him as closely as Sora considers Riku. You know, like for Sora, he may feel that his enthusiasm is a little one-sided. Even if he trusts Riku, even if he knows he's his best friend, you know, like doubt can creep in. And he keeps kind of pulling away and it keeps all this other stuff. And, you know, he still doesn't know why Riku did what he did or said what he said to him or treated him the way he did. And he's not addressing those things. And when he actually has to like face them at some point, you know, he may think that Riku doesn't like him as much as he likes Riku. Not even just romantically, but like as far as like his best friend thing is going. And I can very easily see the like looking into like why did Riku do the things he did? And without going into detail saying because of Sora? Sora might feel really guilty about that. Like, if he were to find out Riku went through all of this shit while he was asleep, it would be, you know, he dealt with this because of me. You know, all this stuff. Even though Riku's there being like, Sora's in a fucking egg for a year because of me. You know? And like, just hating the idea of like hurting the other person, right? That it would be very easy to convince Sora and make him feel guilty about, so guilty that Riku's in Quadratum. Yeah. There are plenty of little things like that. I remember because of Dream Drop, right? Where his inner monologue where he's just like, I'm so sorry, Riku. I'm so sorry one more time. You know. I was going to bring that up, actually. So yes, in the novels, there is this point of like, Ryu's my best friend, but I wonder if I'm the only one that feels that way. It is in the Recoded novel. He says this. Because, you know, especially, you know, the whole like, I like, you know, I like being dragged into your messes, and he keeps having to try and fight to convince Riku that he just wants to be there with and help him. You know, you don't have to keep doing this by yourself. You don't have to keep pushing me away. Sora so badly wants for them to be a team. And Riku, for all of his own reasons, keeps pushing Sora away. And thus is this, like, miscommunicated divide. And it's also because they're both wildly in love with each other. So the thing that wakes Sora up is Riku reaffirming verbally with his whole chest. And Sora is very important. I think so. I think their feelings about each other are very crux to this. Oh, anyway. That's how I feel about all that. There was a lot of room. You have to sacrifice amnesia. And if you were to remember that Riku sacrificed himself, or Riku fucking died for him, he's not gonna feel good about it. It will, like, break his heart all over again. Like, sure, he pulled through, he did all this stuff. But I still think about Remind when he makes it through the tear and we don't see it. And he just comes to standing on his heart station, like, very blankly, like, not okay. Like, just staring until he's like, you know, and he snaps to it. And I'm like, that's weird. I wonder what's going on there. You know? Like, I just think that there are a lot of feelings obviously unaddressed, but Sora feeling like angry or frustrated or even hurt by what Riku had done. But at the same time, you can feel both of these things and feel so sad about, like, perhaps being the reason why it happened. You know, and being like, oh no, had I been better, had I done this, or had I realized that, you know, it wouldn't have happened. And Riku would be very insistent that he's like, nothing made me do that. That was me. I did that. I made those choices. I did those bad things and I still feel bad about it. So powerful from both sides because we don't often get to agree together. The series shows us how much they care about each other separately all the time. And it's so genius because it feels maddening. I thought about that the other day. I haven't figured out how I want to say it, but I think it's important that he's technically in Aqua's heart in the Realm of Darkness fight when he passes through the tear. Interesting. Not actually cry when Gage 4 comes out. Hardly they'd be in there and I'll cry from the angst. Do you even remember that neither of them get to see or hear a lot of what the other says about, or does about the other? Oh god. All Sonic drowning themes. We are not listening to this. Anyway. Oh, the Dr. Pepper is fixing me. Whatever. Who's coming? Still, you've worked. Open the menu. Enriku's walking there with his little saunter. H2 makes you yearn for Riku, like Sora. It's true. Anyway. I look forward to moving forward with things. Honestly, I'm just excited to see Sora do anything again. But also, I would love to see Riku at all. I would love that. That would be so cool. And hey, maybe we will this year, huh? Fucking hope so at this point. I don't know the next trailer about Riku, but please God. Depending on how involved he is throughout the course of the game, we may see him a lot earlier. So, we'll see. That kind of depends. Because I don't think, you know, it's not a surprise that he's going to be a part of things by any means. He's much more important in this title. I mean, yeah, and it's something that it's like, we already know. We literally saw him already leave. So it's something where it's just like, depending on how much, because they're going to want to show drama stuff. And if there's a lot of little things, even just early on, where it's like, and Riku is getting talked to by some fucking guy. Is it Master of Masters? Is it, fucking, what's his nut, the new guy? Who knows, you know? But, like, it'll still probably primarily be Sora up to a point, because it's a mainline title, and that's when we play as Sora. But I'm sure we will probably get Riku, like I've said before. I am assuming probably like a midway point. But not without knowing anything about what Riku's up to before then. At least audience-wise. Grasp on, he's gonna enter, but they felt it important to see him leave already, so I gotta hope it's sooner rather than later. Diamond stuff is in trailers. Yeah, but if it's truly like Riku is in your party at some point, they might just kind of show that. It's hard to who knows? Because they also spoil weird shit, to be honest, quite often. They don't know when to pull their punches sometimes and will show us whatever. And so it may just be like, I don't know, this could go a few different ways, but I feel like they won't hide it as a surprise, I guess. He's going to be in there because we already know he's going to be in there. People are just going to keep asking about it. So, you know, he's probably going to be dealing with his own problems a bit, trying to find things. You know, what if he's fucking fighting with Yozora on his half of things, you know, and they're probably going to show some of that. I had to let Riku sacrifice sync with the kiss me once, kiss me twice. And, like, who knows? What if they make it so we party up with them relatively fast? Like, they're gonna have to reveal this at some point. How long will it take for Riku to meet up with Sora? What about the theory that Missing Link will be released in May, but who knows? Yeah, who knows what we'll get. But I just wouldn't be surprised if, like, we finally get Missing Link here soon, you know, during good walking weather, right? And then we have that for a bit while it's kind of tiding us over for the start of, like, you know, KH3 stuff. But I'm not sure how quickly, or not KH3, KH4, how quickly we'd be getting KH4. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it was within the year of 2026. I wouldn't be surprised if it was within 2026, but I don't think it'd be like a January. You know what I mean? I don't think it'd be like a Q1, probably like a Q3 type drop, like before Christmas 2026 is my guesstimation. But hey, if it's earlier, that'd be cool. Oh, we'll just see about that. Let's see here. Just wonder if there's a reason why they're holding off so much of footage. I do think there's a good chance Square to talk about titles releasing on the Switch 2. Probably. I don't remember if I said it on here or not, but I feel like with the Switch 2, and now we, you know, have a visual announcement, it exists, would be when we'll probably finally get Kingdom Hearts, like, natively on the Switch 2, because it will finally be big enough to hold it. For those of you who don't know, because they talked about this in an interview, people were pretty upset with the current iteration of, you know, as of right now, February fucking 1st, 2025, Kingdom Hearts as a series available on the Switch is available via cloud streaming. So you don't download or install the game. It is streamed to your setup through the internet, which functions, but it is a subpar way to play it. And this is not because the Switch couldn't handle playing a PS2 game. This is not because the Switch couldn't even handle, say, playing KH3. It's more about the fact that the Switch natively, if you were to go buy a Nintendo Switch, it does not have enough storage on it by default to install the games. They are only packaged and sold at this point as the bundles. And it's not that, I'm sure they could do anything, but I think there's a little more to there's a little more. It's not that simple. They could just be like, well, just start selling them individually, when for years and years and years they are selling it like this, and like it by itself is a product, and it's a lot of work to have to decouple and do all of these things, right? So anyway, they only sell them as the bundles, and a normal Switch has 32 gigabytes of storage. That's nothing. That is baby shit at this point. And so you have to have an SD card to be able to install stuff. And so they can't sell a game for download that you, unless you went out of your way to get something, you can't download it, right? And so they would have to say offer it physically with an SD card, and that is a lot of money. Printing things physically costs stuff, right? And having to put an SD card with it so you could even play the fucking thing, more money. Not gonna happen. So it was either it goes on the Switch via a cloud as an alternative, or you don't get it at all. And they spoke on this. They said this, that they were like, well, we figured it was better that it was available than if it were not available. But we're still very aware people want to have this natively. We get it. We're still very open to it, but like at current, it's not really that doable. So, because I always have to really clarify like why they can't do it, because I have very often seen people go like, well, why the fuck can't they? I don't understand. Why don't they just sell it one game at a time? And I'm like, it's not that simple, unfortunately. And it's also like, I think what it really is at the end of the day is like, it's a little more complex to do that than people realize. There's a lot of fucking, it's also like putting stuff on the Switch isn't always that easy, as far as game porting goes. Anyway, there's a lot there where it's not as easy as going, well, then I'll just sell each game individually. So it's available at all. Anyway, with the Switch 2, I think very much that that's probably finally going to be acted upon, because they've also done a pretty good job of making sure that the whole series is available everywhere. I would think it would be a cool opportunity to offer another follow-up bundle that has Cucks and Dark Road on it in some capacity. Even if it were just like movies or something. It doesn't have to be, that's a lot of work, but like if it were just the cutscenes in some way, I think that would be appreciated. But who knows? Anyway, I think that they're probably going to put stuff on the Switch 2. Maybe cross-platform Missing Link, Switch 2. Who knows? They'd be doing a bunch of shit, but I think it's probably still primarily going to be mobile. If they do stuff cross-console type anything, I'd be surprised, I guess. Pleasantly so. It's nice to give people options. Not everybody has a nice phone that can handle games. You know what I mean? But they can do a one-time purchase on a console that they're going to have for a very long time versus phones. So, and even then you can have a phone and not really have the data to play. Like, there's a number of reasons why having an option on a console is important. But we'll see. We'll see about that. I don't know. Anyway, like I was got lost in the sauce of describing it, of explaining it, I guess. Is there a switch to in that case since I can't play KH on my for college work. Maybe one day I'll get a desktop in a few years. Yeah, if you get a desktop, it's a really nice investment because if you do need to upgrade something, you can just upgrade an individual part, which you cannot do as easily with a laptop. You're also limited by space. And also they are very prone to overheating because it's a lot of shit sandwiched together. So, you know, if you were like, wow, I really need a gaming thing and you don't need the portability of the laptop, just invest in a desktop. It will last you a very long time. Anyway. PC gaming is really cool, especially when you don't have to use a keyboard and mouse. You can just plug a controller in and play it like you would on a console. The things with consoles are, it's usually a little easier to have your console hooked up to a TV than, say, your desktop, though entirely possible. You can just bring your desktop up and use the TV, I guess. KH4 is gonna be probably released exclusively on PS5. I'm not sure if it will be. I don't know, because they didn't do that with 3, but there was a bit of a delay between the PS4 and the Xbox. There was like a month, I think. So there wasn't console exclusivity for a bit now. And, well, I know you don't have an Xbox either, but the idea that it's a PS5 exclusive, I have my doubts. So, we'll see, but no, it is not going to come out on PC right away, like most all console games currently. You know, obviously, like, yes, we have been getting Final Fantasy VII on the PC, fantastic. That's still, like, and we can even expect we will get it, but it will be on consoles first. So, I mean, 100% it will be on console first, but, like, it will later likely come to PC. But there will be options, you know, and yeah, you probably don't have to have a PS5. You know, what if they're crazy? What if they're like, and on the Switch too, which again would be a console you'd have to get. Unfortunately, you're a little shit out of luck if you have nothing, but buy a stupid console for just one game. You're not the only person doing it. But, you know, sometimes it's a nice opportunity to make yourself try other games you wouldn't otherwise just because you have it. Switch is better because at least most Nintendo games aren't ever ported to the PC. That's fair. And also they got a lot of fun stuff, you know? He's a little He's a little guy. Oh my god. A little bit like Roxas. Who is that dashing little guy? Who is that? Someone borrow me for... Oh, God. For a week, I have a PS5 that got dropped at my doorstep. Price a bed and snacks while I watch you play. At least the PS5 isn't as expensive and hard to get as it was when it came out. This is also true. You could actually get your hands on them now, which is really funny considering they had talked about being like, we're going to move on to the next one. And it's like, are you sure that's the answer? Are you sure you shouldn't just make the most of the console you have right now? Make it more available? Put more stuff on it? You just want to move to the next one already? Little baby? Little fucking baby? How's baby cat doing? A baby cat is asleep on the bed. I heard him groan. Hold on. Oh yeah. Oh, he's fucking sleepy. He is curled in a perfect little, he's like sleeping in a cloud of white blankets. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. If it wasn't clear with Sora's little Cupid design, he does have shoe pants on. His pants go all the way down until they are shoes. Like entirely. It's just broken up with like it is all one pant. Just like that. And then you have the lace over it. The little ropies. Like that. Except for actually it's more like this. But there's your fun fact. He has shoe pants on. Fucking weird. Mm-hmm. I can't sing. so tired suddenly. I think it's just because I had food. Okay, Mr. Nose. Dress to impress. Yeah, okay. I accidentally opened the Duolingo app while thumbing through my phone, and the owl sent me the most passive-aggressive message for it. And what did the owl say to you? How long am I doing this? 2.5 hours. I should probably quit here soon. Even though I'm not talking that much, I will keep talking. You know? Am I okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I just was like, I'm gonna keep the stream short. Just because I want to play it safe. I want to be smart. I'll keep talking if I'm presented the opportunity. I am just tired. I ate food when I needed food really bad, and then I ate food, and I'm just feeling that, like, a bit of that crash from it. So, you know. He said you came back just to ghost me again. I didn't even see you. Jesus, get a grip, dude. Sheesh. Here's my request for everybody listening. It's fucking Valentine's month. Okay? We need to be as indulgent as fucking possible. I want schmoopy. I want chocolates. Okay? I want little pink hearts. I want it all. We need to make more Suriku for ourselves, okay? Now is as good a time as any. Jesus, my God. Anyway, now is as good as a time as any. You don't have to draw my designs. You can if you want. I would be flattered if you did. I'm saying, if you drew them sharing a milkshake, that would be so good. If you drew them giving each other a little piece of chocolate, and then on White Day, they have to give each other chocolate again because they have to, like, do it again. I think that would be really funny. If you drew them, I don't know, getting shot with a little arrow to the heart via Cupid's arrow, I would love that. Does Yop mean something? What is Giant Suriku Yop from our Whoville City? Anyway, this is what I desire, and now is the time. I also think it's just fun to indulge in the seasons and the holidays while they're here. You know? I think that's I think it's a good thing. It kind of also keeps you in the present, you know what I mean? Big noise Jesse McCartney does to break the sound barrier. Oh, okay. Right. I see, and I never watched Horton Hears a Who. So that's why I have no idea. He does it in the book too? I don't remember the last time I ever even read the fucking thing. Fake fan. I didn't even try to be a fan. My God. Are we together or aren't we? Oh, Jesus. Carrie, come from my fucking throat. Did you poison my food too? Yeah, alright. Well, that's why I'm feeling so tired. I'm gonna die. Smiling on my phone because of all the cute Valentine's fan art. Do you have a boyfriend? Nope, just looking at fan art. Speaking of, there we go. They're on a date. Piplup love, you know? Roommates are fighting. He beat me up easy style. I do it almost all the time. The way I bully Canary on the stairs on a daily basis. I think Canary has more muscle than she wants to give herself credit. There's meat, but Canary does not know how to use it. So, you know. any damage done is not that it, you couldn't control this power, but at current, no. So you could probably, do some damage, but it wouldn't be enough to win the fight. You know what I mean? That's where it is. But also Canary would so not fight in the first place that, Canary's just gonna roll over for me. Psychologically beats me up on the stairs at least once every week. Like, most of the time I don't even touch you. It's just that Canary goes ahead of me on the stairs and I start snarling like a dog behind her. Or I make like noise, like I'm coming up the stairs really fast, So. I mean, it works every time, I guess, so. That's why psychologically you get in my head. I like barely have to do anything, and then I get in trouble. Very easy feat. You could tell me I wasn't the one who made dinner tonight and I'd give me pause because sometimes I'm just not here. Yeah. Did I not? Was that yesterday? It's true. Dude, I could convince you of anything. And yet I elect not to abuse that power. So, praise me. Just want to draw a handsome guy. So handsome in his little suit with his little puffy chest. Too powerful. That's less on me and more that Canary is, not all here all the time. And so willing to believe, too. Orange Vanilla Fantasy, for better or for worse. I'm so glad I have good friends who love me who would never put me on a TV show where I fake go to space. Hey, you would make money! Listen, we had watched a video about this game show in the UK where it was essentially a prank show where, like, they tricked a bunch of people into thinking they were going into space for this show. And it was something that, like, people could figure it out. But when they were specifically, like, testing for, like, the right people, was that they had to have a good sense of humor, but willing to, a willingness to believe, like, a gullibility to some extent, because they wanted it to not feel bad, because at the end of the day, everybody got money for it anyway, which I think is the only way that you can really do those kinds of shows, because otherwise it feels really bad. You just get tricked and then, everyone laughs at you and then what, So this one was very like, no harm, no foul. You got money for it as well. But they would like put them through all these bullshit courses or they're just kind of making shit up. And if you know anything, you'd be like, I'm not sure about this. But if you're willing to be like, yeah, I don't know anything, this must be right. You just keep going with it. And then they put them on this like lift thing. And they had to bullshit reasons to be like why there would be no zero gravity. And they were like, well, we figured it out basically. Now that once you know how it works, it's easy to replicate. You know what I mean? We can make the gravity happen. And everyone was like, oh, sure, you guys are smarter than me. I'll fucking buy it. And then they put them on this little like shuttle thing with like a pilot. and it's like what was it, like some sound system failed and they heard some weird loud noise like a lawnmower, and the guy who was the pilot was like an actor, and he was like, they're towing us. Like, we're getting towed. It's like, and they're like, yeah, okay. Like, there are so many steps of you just have to buy it, you know? I'm just being like, sure, that's not weird, you know? And then they like launch into space and they show them out the window, and it's like a big screen, you know? And to be fair, it was like a big screen outside of the shuttle thing they were in, so there was like distance. They were getting space towed. Well, they were getting towed. This was on takeoff, so they were like, they're towing us to a part of like, you know, like the landing or whatever the fuck. Like, so that was not space towed, but you know, anyway, they treated it. They're like, it's like a plane, but we're gonna fly like up to space, sort of a thing. And anyway, that was a whole show. That was really funny, and upon watching this, we were like, so my partner, right, was just like, okay, they could maybe get tricked, but they wouldn't be, you know, a good sport about it at the end. They'd get too fucking mad for being tricked, so they couldn't go. And they're like, I have a sense of humor, but I would figure it out much too fast. Like, it's something where it's like too discerning, you know, it's not gonna happen. And this was also not me saying this. I'm not trying to appear like I'm simply too smart. This was simply said about me, and I was like, yeah, sure, I probably would be like, well, that doesn't fucking sound right. Anyway, but we did realize the perfect sweet spot of somebody who would be willing to buy it, but would still be able to laugh about it at the end, is Canary. Canary can be put on a show where they fake, like, convince you you're going to fly to space, and they tell you that they figured out how to make gravity happen on the plane, so you don't ask questions about why there is no zero gravity in space. And that, you know, all of the other stuff, Canary would be like, yeah, okay, sure. I mean, I don't know anything. You might think it's something's kind of weird, but not enough to like stop you. You know, you wouldn't be like, no, that doesn't make any sense. It'd just be like, oh, okay, you know, all right. I could improve my defenses, but I'm so happy, la. I could stand to be less of a pillow princess in the bedroom of life. That's why I welcome Strife and the Stare Snarling. See, you have to improve your defenses because, you know, you can't be like 60 years old and sending like, you know, Domino's gift cards to some guy overseas, you know, like hundreds of dollars of Domino's gift cards. We have to bring up your defenses just enough for self-preservation. Even if I did, I wouldn't speak out because I didn't want to seem dumb. See, and that's another category. See, wait, what is that? It's a very common scam that's like, that comes in various different packages of the premise, but it's usually a guy calling old people and being like, you know, there is some thing you need to very emergency pay money for, and the way you need to do this is to go, and because he's like, we can't do it through the bank, we can't do it this and this, you need to go buy, usually it's like various types of gift cards. I just picked Domino's, but like it could be anything, you know what I mean? And then you give them, Apple gift card, whatever, and then you give them the information for the cards without redeeming them yourself because they, you know, they need it. And so like they'll, you know, panic convince people to go buy a bunch of these cards because they're like, that's how you have to do it. And they'll often be like, don't tell them what you're doing, because if they were to explain this to the cashier, they're usually able to clock, hey, I think you're getting scammed. You know what I mean? Because that's not normal, you know, but usually they're convinced that it is an emergency. That's usually how a lot of scams work, is they pressure you into doing something as fast as possible so you don't have time to think about it. And remember, you always have time to think about it. Fuck fuck them. Until the cops are at your door, I promise you, you're not getting arrested and taken to prison over this perceived IRS problem that they can't seem to prove. But the nice man over the phone keeps telling you that you need to pay right now, and you should go down to your local grocery store and buy $500 worth of gift cards. So, you know, it's something it's important. I know this has been a thing that has happened recently. This is not to make anybody feel bad. It's simply the subject matter, and always important to keep in mind. But anyway, but that's why I'm like, you need your defenses, because you can't be 60 years old buying like $500 worth of Domino's gift cards and sending it to some guy. You know what I mean? Your defenses. It's important to have some level of, you can't make me do shit to anybody, for anything. I remember I was a very young child, I can tell you why, but I just remember being in my bedroom and being like, if my dad got mad at me and he wanted me to do something, let's say like clean the kitchen or something like that, right? I could just dead weight and he couldn't make me do anything. Like, he could physically bring me into the kitchen and I could just lie on the ground. And he can't make me do anything. What's gonna happen? Not that this was ever a thing. This was me running through the what ifs, right? So, like, say someone's forcing you to try and do something, and it's like, okay, inflict physical pain, and it's just like, all right, that's obviously a very convincing thing to, but, like, until that happens, it's just like, okay, what are you gonna make me do, huh? You gonna fucking take my little hands and make me fucking do it? Fuck you. You can't, like, then you're doing it, you stupid idiot, right? But it's something where it's like, what? At the end of the day, like, you gonna kill me? Like, wait, what? You guys need to drop me on an island somewhere with cameras so I would have to fend for myself and you can watch me? Sure? As a cashier before, I remember calling those out when people were buying tons of gift cards with so much money on them. Be independent. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that, like, you did, though, because it's really important that, like, usually to make those things work is that they heavily encourage people to not talk to anybody else, because it's very immediately suspect to literally anybody else who's not in that kind of panicked singular situation. Don't be afraid to just ask somebody what they think of something. It is always older people. It's usually because it's like people who are unfamiliar with how this or that works, though it can work on anybody if they're scared enough, and that's what they try to do. They try to scare you. So, but fuck them. If they threaten you with, like, if you don't do this right now, you're gonna go to prison. You're like, all right, send them my way, and then hang up the fucking phone. Because, like I said, until they're fucking there, what are they gonna fucking do? There's no urgency. You know what I mean? It's nothing that can't take waiting a day. Sorry. The only other time where it's like, there truly is like an urgency, and it's like the really fucked up thing, is that, like, there was a newer scam where people were, like, calling older relatives and pretending to be like a grandchild who was in distress. And they could sometimes use, depending if they got the information or whatever, they would use, like, AI voice replication to sound like the child or the even if they're adult, whatever, their grandkid, and make it sound like them talking to them on the phone, being like, I am in trouble, help me, yada yada. That is beyond fucked up. Like, scamming old people out of money is already fucked up, because you're just taking advantage of someone who essentially cannot defend themselves against you. That's what you're entirely, like, they could learn, they can, but, like, they explicitly go after people who may not have the wherewithal to know that this is a scam. You know what I mean? So it's something that's like, they are explicitly taking advantage of people, and this one is just like, this is like a threat. It's awful. It is so awful. But that's something where it's like, if you were to, say, hear a distressing phone call from somebody you think and you have the option to maybe talk to somebody who knows them and be like, hey, is so-and-so okay? When is the last time you saw them? Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. There's always some time. You know what I mean? They sometimes have phone number spoofing too. Yeah, it's crazy. That shit is crazy out there. This is not most of the time, but that does happen. And folks will go to for money, I know. Which is why you shouldn't answer automated calls that are sus. Because they can take your responses as clips. Yes. That is another thing. That genuinely is another thing. That, like, you know, answering like a call and being like, hello? And then they'll be like, hi, blah, 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 blah. And it's like obviously a recorded video. Or not a recorded video, recorded audio. And then they'll like take, like, especially if you start answering questions, like they will use those sound clips to then go and use this against other people. It's really bad. So if you immediately get accosted by like some bot on the phone because you happen to answer it or whatever, just hang up. Just fuck it, dude. Do not give them what they need. And then never be panicked because, again, they can't force you to do anything. Remember that. At the end of the day, nobody can force you to do anything. Well, that doesn't mean they can't coerce you or leave it so you have no choice. I'm not saying that, like, how do I phrase this? I'm thinking of this toxic mentality I've heard from people before, where say somebody does something shitty and they make somebody feel bad. And they're like, hey, you do that thing that makes me feel bad. And they go, I can't make you feel anything. And it's like, I'm not saying that people cannot coerce you or force you into doing stuff, but that's a different context. This is, if it's not clear, that person is wrong. I can't make you feel anything. Yeah, you can, you stupid dick. We don't live in a vacuum. If you say mean, hurtful things to me, it feels bad. And I'm talking, this is somebody I know as well. A parent will, you know, where people are just, I'm sorry, that's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. Anyway, not mine, thankfully, but something I've heard before. Anyway, point is, it's not that, like, you can't, these things can't happen, but, like, I'm saying this more as a point of self-confidence and boundaries. Know what you have power over. Know that what you can do and what you can effectively not do. And feel confident in that, I guess. Does that make sense? I was blowing in the mic to hear if a bot talks. Oh, okay. That's not a bad idea. Wow. Oh my god. One day I'll be a great big kitty cat. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow, meow. I'm gonna be a big fat cat. The fattest cat you ever seen. I love to eat and I love to sleep. Meow, 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 meow. What the tone of this song is so weird for, like, it's Cats DS game. Yeah, this is from, yes, Cats 2. I'm like, where does this play? Is this like credits? Is this like, what? Like, it's not just some cute little, like, the credits? Okay, if it's credits, that's fine. If this were playing during, I don't know, you're trying to make your little cat, you're picking your little cat from the litter or whatever, I'd be like, it's a little, it would be an odd one. You would be much better off with little cat noises and a cute little thing, but it's just so, like, especially with the heartfelt guitar, there's something about it, you know? Anyway, I went to, and then I got so distracted talking about everything else ever. Meow, 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 meow. Watch your thing, but you're at the disco. Damn. I hear you. I hear you being a little kitty cat. There. Every day I wish I was eating a donut. I don't know what it is recently, but I'm like, I keep fucking thinking about it. You know when I posted the Pikachu, and Pikachu was holding a little donut? It's because I was thinking about eating little donuts. What kind of donut? Honestly, one of my favorites is cake donuts. My other favorites are like raspberry filled donuts. And donuts with pink frosting. They don't have to be strawberry flavored, but if they're pink, we're good. Something about when it's pink, tastes better. You know, it could be the same shit if you put the pink frosting in. Yummier. What can I say? Sometimes I have those, you know, those really, really big, fluffy sugar cookies. Like the Toll House fucking sugar cookies. And they got the frosting on the top, and it's like a pink frosting. Sometimes they have it, and it's like blue. Or it's green, depending on the holiday. They don't taste as good as the pink ones. No flavor difference. But the pink ones taste the best. If it has pink on it, it is more scrumptious. Alright? Just a fact of life, okay? You give me your donut, it has pink frosting, not even because of The Simpsons. But you know, I think Homer was onto something, because they're one of the best. You put pink frosting on and fucking... Here's the thing though, Bear Claw, hell yeah. Boston cream? Yeah, okay, the cream sometimes is, makes me tap out really fast, just because I can't eat sweets that much. I just have a low tolerance. I can eat salty things all fucking day, but the sweets, I just, you know, I'm done with them pretty quick. So the cream and like a Boston cream can vary. Mileage may vary. If it's a smaller one, we're good. If it's like one of those long suckers, maybe not so much. only have donut holes? That's so sad. Okay, hold on. I need to fix something here real quick. Hold on, Mr. Handsome. He's so fucked up. It took forever on drawing absolutely nothing. I started playing Rewind at the part where Mickey's on his last legs. I got my Sudoku moments screenshotted. Nice. Alright, it's been about 3 hours. I can't say I drew a whole lot, but like, you know, I might keep trying afterwards because I don't really have anything else I'm doing, but probably gonna hop off just so I don't keep talking. You can hear it. Because I do need to draw some little icons and stuff. But for secondary content, do you recommend the manga more or the light novels? The novels for sure. I mean, it kind of depends on like what you want to, you know, have fun with. But the novels are more of an exploration of the source material by somebody who writes for the games. They're more or less considered secondary canon outside of what would conflict directly with what's shown in the games. Example being, the first novel doesn't go to Hercules. The second novel they do, so they have to introduce it as a new thing. But otherwise, it's usually fine. Because they're light novels, they're supposed to be kind of shorter, but they get to explore things the games don't always get to do. And so I highly recommend them. They're really good. They got a lot of really interesting insights in there. The KH2 one particularly is very good. So is Chain of Memories. And no Atlantica anywhere, but obviously Atlantica is canon because it happened in the games. But as far as character insights and other things goes, like, that's to be taken for what it is. So I recommend them. The manga is just a very cute and fun time, and the art is fantastic. Amano stuff is really good. But if you want to like dive into like more information, you want to learn more about stuff, the novels are 100% worth looking into. So I recommend those, and then the manga's definitely for fun. So yes. The novels are kind of crazy. That shit goes crazy style. A lot of shit in there. Like, are they being for real? Is this real? They're also written by a gay person. They haven't played any Donna Summer? That's so fucked up. I can't believe they would do that to you. There's a Kingdom Hearts key novel? There is. There's a novel for every game entry. Hello, Mr. Rossetti. No Union Cross though. That's true. Yeah, sorry. There is a novel for every entry up to a point, let's say. They have Key, but not necessarily Union Cross. And they do have a novel for 3. Since then, yes, we have Dark Road and we have Melody of Memory, which, unless a novelization for Melody of Memory went into things we don't see. Ah, the Toad Choir. I don't see how, like, they would probably put stuff from Melody of Memory in something else. I would do a Toad voice with this. I shouldn't, but I can do this. I do that. Happy New Year. See, I can't do it. I can otherwise. I cannot currently. Yeah, FNAF scream. Okay. Alright. All of this said, I'm gonna be smart. I feel I have the energy to keep going. I like to talk and it's nice. I'm trying to be responsible, okay? Do not enable me. I need to go for my sake. So, I even went over the time I had allotted. It accidentally turned into 3 hours instead of 2. So, there you go. Perfectly serviceable stream. For once, let's see if there's somebody that we can raid, maybe? See if anything... Are any of my good friends currently streaming? Categories. Can you just show me, like, people I know? Taking a glance. Taking a glance. There are other people doing art. Following. I see. I could turn. Not really. Ah, fuck them. We'll deal with it some other time. I always feel bad. I'm like, I should be doing people raid me, and then nobody's up. So, whatever. Yeah, fuck them. Yeah, this dies here. So, I'll see if my voice is still being weird by like Tuesday. We'll see. I mean, I doubt it, but like, there might be something else going on if it's still bad by then. So we'll see when we get there, but otherwise I will plan for Tuesday to return, okay? And then, no, I'm not in pain at all. No pain. My throat was never sore. It's just that I talked a lot while I was kind of sick, and it ran it totally fucking gone. So, if it continues, then I will go to a doctor to see. Otherwise, I think it just was a combination of talking a lot while there was like any strain in the ears, nose, and throat area. So, you know, we'll see. But no, my throat has not been hurting even when I was actively sick. It was never a part of it, so I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you why. Anyway, diagnosed with talk about Kingdom Hearts too much. Yeah, it's true. But anyway, I'm gonna go. Thank you for hanging out. I'll draw more another time. Maybe we'll have a Valentine's draw pile. That'd be fun. Yep. Okay. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. It was fun. Enjoy my weird little voice while it's here. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Goodbye. See ya. Good night. Goodbye. This music's very fitting for the end. See you later. Goodbye.